24th March 2025, Monday morning. Early morning we reached Lucknow and we did not waste any time. Lucknow is full of history. We targeted to get into the history of the British Residency the same day, the same morning. This is when we enter the British Residency. This is the main gate, which is called Bailey's Gate. You can see the father-daughter duo both in orange leading me and my shadow behind following them. This is the history. I won't speak for few seconds to allow you to read about the Bailey's Gate. Now that you have read about the Bailey's Gate, let's look at the structure closely. The huge gate which marked the entrance of the place. The British Residency was built by Nawab Asafudullah to make space for both the Britishers and for him to stay with his wives. Later in the year 1857, during Sepoy Mutiny, this was severely attacked by the Indian soldiers and 2,500 Britishers were killed inside this. These cannon marks are proofs of how our Indian soldiers had attacked this building during Sepoy Mutiny. As we get in, we come to Aitken's Post, which is the first to the right. Aitken was possibly a senior British official for whom this building was made. And pretty clean, very well maintained by ASI. So the history briefly goes like this. While Nawab had built it for himself and his wife, later on when the Britishers had taken it over, he built it or he gave the space for the Britishers to create their own structures and to make space for the senior British officials. Here you can see the Treasury building, which was very much functional during the British times. And next we get to see Dr. Ferrer's house, who was the civil surgeon for the British community there. A huge building. It was affected during Sepoy Mutiny, but I must say the way it has been refurbished and kept without losing the history is indeed amazing. Next we see the banquet hall, which was the fun place, the evening parties and dance and music for the Britishers. And to keep up to the rhythm, here is my girl keeping up to her Kathak Gharana. Please watch.
আমি বাংলা বলছি, শোনাচ্ছ তোমরা? এটাই হচ্ছে ওই বিশ্ববিখ্যাত ব্যাংকেট হল, যেটা নাকি খুব এক্সপেন্সিভ ছিল। এখানে
Coming to the main residency building, you can see the huge pillars and plenty of cannon marks. So thanks to ASI that they have not really brought them down. The pillars still stand straight. Obviously many of them have broken. So there were 3 floors of the main residency building, but you can hardly see 2 now, not even 2. As we move on, we keep talking to the cleaners. We appreciate their effort because it is indeed very clean a place. Here is the main residency building. This is what I was talking about. It was 3-storied and now you can hardly see 2 stories and you can see the pillars mostly. And here is the history, the residency main building. Look at it. So this is a proof. I mean, you can feel how the 2,500 Britishers of all ages and sizes were killed by the Indian soldiers. Devastating it was. I mean, how the terror that was created by Sepoy Mutiny. No wonder the Britishers got afraid, and that was the start of the Indian freedom movement. As we walk down our memory lane, we can see the memorial of Sir Henry Loren, who was heading the British military at that time. and the main building behind that as well. Now we enter the museum. We are not allowed to take video, but I will show you a few pictures taken inside the museum. We see a lot of interesting photographs inside, a lot of Nawab pictures, the big structure of the British Residency, the history written on the walls. Then Susanna, who was a lady who got famous because she was killed during the Sepoy Mutiny. As we move out, we walk into the cemetery, which had randomly the bodies buried, the 2,500 bodies, including children who were buried. We had an English couple also moving along with us. They had come from London, and I was curious enough to find out what they were feeling about the place. And you know what I could find out is they did say that they were ashamed. Moving ahead, we went we saw the church and the cemetery, which were beside each other. The church no more exists. It is just a dilapidated place because the entire church has been brought down and broken. That was quite an end of the first part, and then we moved to the other part of the residency, the huge area which has the mosque and the imambara, which was initially built by the Nawab, and he did practice. There was beside the mosque we could see the brigadier's mess. So the history goes like this: 1775, Nawab decided to move his capital to Lucknow, and that is when he started building this. So by that time the Britishers had already moved into our country. So 1780 onwards it was built, and there was space for them to live as well as the Nawab. Too much of data to keep in mind. We were overwhelmed. We were not at all tired in spite of the sun. Next we saw the Sikh square, which was where the Sikh were living. I think the Sikh regiment, place for the Sikh regiment to live. Both the Brigadier's Mess and the Sikh Square were attacked by the Indian soldiers during Sepoy Mutiny, and they had blown it out from underneath the buildings. They did not directly hit the buildings because those were resided by the regiment. So mines were fit in underground, and that is where it was blown down. This is supposedly the largest cannon mark, which has been really refurbished and kept well by ASI and not brought down. So each senior army official had a building in his name, and there were many buildings for the army to reside within the campus. Now obviously they have all been brought down by Sepoy Mutiny. In the other side of this cavalry building, we saw something very interesting. This was excavated by ASI during the year 2000 to 2005. This is the sewerage system which was used by the Britishers, and it quite proves their lifestyle. This brings us to the end of our half-a-day journey to the British Residency, Lucknow. Quite a comprehensive one, a lifetime experience. Please comment and like the video and stay with me. Thank you.